So the company OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, just created a new tool for video generation called Sora. Now, I've been wanting to do a video about AI for a long time. I have so many things to say about it, but the truth is it's just a very charged topic. But I think with the announcement of this tool, which is mind-blowing objectively if you've seen it, I think this is a good time to discuss AI and the implications for you as creators, filmmakers, storytellers, artists, etc. Because I've thought about this a lot. And I think that the truth is, if you absolutely hate AI, and are on this side of the fence of like, don't talk about it, don't address it at all, we shouldn't even acknowledge it, I think that you're going to be encouraged by this video. If you're on the other side where you're like, I love all things AI, it's the best thing ever, whatever, I think you're also going to walk away encouraged by this video. I think I have a unique take on this that is not rose-tinted glasses. I have a very realist take on this. I think we need to take a step back. So there are, of course, broader ethical implications of AI. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about, for filmmakers, creatives, artists, etc., what does it mean to you? And I think the first thing everyone's asking is, will I be replaced? Will these AI tools make me obsolete as an artist, as a creator, as a storyteller? And the answer, I 1000% believe deep in my heart, is no. But there is a catch. I believe that if you are generic, let's say you're creating videos for clients, if you are utterly generic and your videos are just essentially stock footage and there's no point of view, there's no voice, there's no specificity, then yes, you will be replaced. When we create our own art, we need to sort of justify its existence. Like, what is our point of view on the world? What are we trying to say about the world? How do we convey things visually? So that's sort of the artistic side of this, but what about the client side? What about making money? You know, the reality is so many of you who watch this channel create videos probably for clients. So let's just look at a little case study here. Let's say that your video niche for video production is real estate. You're thinking AI can, in 10 years, is going to be able to create video of anything ever. Okay. But if your video industry is real estate, you're going to have clients who are specific, and some of their needs are building their brand, for instance. So say you're making reels for them or homepage videos, you're building their brand. So they're going to want their face to be in the videos. AI is not going to replace that. And if it does, it's going to be embarrassing. If you're going to be someone who uses AI to replace your voice, replace your physical likeness for video content, well then you're embarrassing and you're not taken seriously within whatever industry you're in. So if you're a real estate agent, you're not going to be the person selling $5 million houses. You're going to be the person who makes cornball AI videos. And likewise, if you are the vendor for those clients, you got to go to those houses that have listings. You got to film those houses. You got to create specific and tailored content. So your point of view, your value that you are bringing to the content, whether it's through storytelling, whether it's through your knowledge as a video creator, and the way you see the world and the way you convey it to your clients and through your client content, that is what is going to make you last forever in this industry. Just isn't a world in which AI is going to replace that, your specificity and your point of view. And if there is a world in which it does, let's just say, again, with the real estate example, let's say you're listing a house and somehow AI through Google Maps is able to replicate that house and make a walkthrough video. Anyone who's selling multi-million-dollar houses or high-dollar houses is not going to be taken seriously in that market if they're making cheap AI videos. So again, what is the value you bring to your industry? That's the financial side. What is your voice? What is your point of view? What value are you bringing? So next you're probably asking, well, what about the tools? AI tools are now ubiquitous in video editing, etc. And I gotta call this out because I've been seeing this on YouTube so much and it drives me insane. There are creators who are basically telling you, learn the tools or get left behind. And that is just entirely inane and doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. The whole point of AI tools is that they are ubiquitous. They are user-friendly. They're meant for those clients who don't want to pay for you, who don't want to pay for your expertise and specificity. This sort of fear of like, learn the tools or get left behind. You can learn any AI tool in 5 minutes. Literally. And there are these snake oil salesmen selling these courses on how to learn all the AI tools. The other side of that, my friend pointed this out, and it's probably true, is that someone like Adobe or Apple or what have you, they're gonna buy out all these little mini AI companies. You know, there's a billion AI companies now. It's exploded, but they're gonna get bought and they're gonna get folded into tools and they're gonna be integrated with your Premiere and you're not gonna know the difference. You're either gonna know Premiere or you're not. Don't let those people fearmonger you. Forget about this whole notion of learn the AI tools or you're gonna get left behind. That's a load of crap. Sorry, it is. The other aspect to this too is that, again, good clients don't care about what the tools can do. If you have a client who comes to you and is like, I need you to generative fill this background to do a set extension, God help you. That's gonna be the worst client ever. But no client's gonna do that. If you need to learn the tools, you can learn them in 5 minutes. Don't waste your time on that. Spend more time honing your point of view, your voice, your craft. That's it. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about the tools. So what about sort of the personal artistic side of things? What about YouTube, for instance? Say you run a YouTube channel. Well, I know for me, I do use stock footage in certain instances. And if you've seen some of the footage from Sora, it's incredible. You know, there's footage of Big Sur that looks real, looks like real drone footage. But let's look at drone footage, for instance. Drone footage was something that when it first started, it became very quickly ubiquitous. Everybody was obsessed with it. But if you have more than like 3 drone shots in your video, it becomes a little cringy. It's kind of overkill. So substitute that for AI, it's a little more akin to very, very specific stock footage. So if you watch my videos, a lot of the videos do have key moments with stock footage. For instance, there's the recent one I talked about my parents in Budapest, and then there was one where I swam across the English Channel. Those are moments that are just rounding out a silly story. But the truth is, if I had the opportunity to film those myself, I would 1000% do it every time. If it was worth it, if I was making a movie, what have you, I would do it every time. But if it's just like a 5-second thing for my video that helps tell the story, that's all it is. I'm not making a whole video out of stock footage, substitute AI footage. The other aspect, again, is the personal branding. I am in all my videos. I am connecting with you, the viewers, connecting to the camera. There is no way to replace that with AI. If it gets to the point where 10 years down the road, there's an AI version of Scott who can do all the things that I can do, well, I don't want to do that. That takes the joy out of it, which is sort of the other part of this. Just because there is a tool, let's just pretend as a thought experiment that AI are artists. Just because there are artists that are more talented than you, just because there are artists that work faster than you, just because there are artists that create more prolifically than you do, doesn't take away your desire to create or to create art or to tell stories. If that's in your bones, I mean, Steven Spielberg exists. We're all up against Steven Spielberg and Christopher Nolan. But are we like, oh, well, Steven Spielberg and Christopher Nolan exist, I guess I'm throwing in the towel? No, because you have a voice, you have a point of view, and you have things that you want to say, and you have a way that you want to say it. The encouraging thing of all of this is if you are hyper generic and you equate yourself to random stock drone shot, then sure, you'll probably get replaced. But if you actually care about storytelling, if you actually care about art, if you actually care about creating and who you are and your voice and what you can bring, then you got nothing to worry about. And even still, if financially, God forbid, all anyone ever wants to pay for is AI, then you can still create on your own. No one can take that from you. No one. The other piece of this that I want to address of this is in entertainment, sort of the big studio aspect of this. I think AI is already kind of becoming a little bit of a dirty word in that it's the same way people talked about CGI. And I think that actually we grossly misunderstood CGI. So many people, I think, understood CGI because it's misleading computer generated imagery to be essentially what AI is doing right now of generating things from scratch. That's not what CGI is. CGI is created by artists. I think that so many had that mentality, and so it was sort of written off as like, well, CGI sucks, but you know, practical effects only, etc. I think AI is the actual realization of what we thought CGI was in so many ways. And the truth is, it's become kind of a dirty word. It's going to be like, that just looks like AI. I think that humanity values things that are not easy. It's the same reason when Tom Cruise is jumping out of planes in movies. There's something visceral and human that we value about that versus knowing that it's created in a computer, even if it's created by an artist. So I think there's a visceral human element that we will always connect to, even if Hollywood decides to go this route on a grand scale. I think it's going to be rejected by humans. Big Hollywood movies are already a little bit going this direction. They've sort of created this machine of genericism and reboots and repeats, and it almost is a metaphor for AI. It's just kind of this mixing and matching, data-driven, throw this out there. And if you look at some of the recent movies coming out, they're just really generic, really cringy, and I think audiences are smelling that. And they're saying, I don't want that. Give me something original. Give me something fresh. Give me something from an auteur with a voice and a point of view. We as humans desire that, we hunger for that, and that's where we see beauty and value and truth in art. With that, are there terrifying aspects of this? Are there terrifying implications to this? 100%. Should you as an artist, creator, person with a voice be concerned? I don't think so. I think you need to hold on to who you are and what you can bring to this world. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please keep it civil in the comments. Again, I know this is a charged conversation and everyone has their opinions on this, and many of you will probably think I'm an idiot and irresponsible and come after me and whatever. Deal with it. All right. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.